I'm Dan Gresham. Glad you're up with us this morning. It's kind of hard to imagine. It's the 5th day of August. We already have high school football practices underway across Southeast Texas. In fact, this is the opening day or the first day of practice for high schools. James Ware, this is where this guy has been several times in his life on the first day of high school football, huh?
Yeah, you know, I grew up on the reservation, so it is like being home, and Coach Brandon Faircloth is going to join us. He came running over here, breaking away from practice. We appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
But he saw the live truck, Dan. He goes, "Is this live?" And I had to inform him, yeah, it's live, so let's be careful what we talk about here. You know, and this is hard for me to say. You know, the Dave Campbell preseason polls came out, and Dave Campbell may have gotten it right with Nederland. They're going to be tough to beat this year, but they also, I think, got it wrong leaving PG out of the playoffs. That's one of the big things I think is going to happen this year. PG will make the playoffs this year.
Well, you know, we read Dave Campbell's as well, just and our kids do too. And you know, we're always looking to motivate our kids. And
that was going to be my question. You know, a lot of coaches like to leave that alone. They don't like all the preseason polls, things like that. But you're one that you go pick up the first copy as soon as it
well,
comes out.
We're going to motivate our kids no matter what we're ranked. We could be ranked 1st or 5th. It doesn't matter to us. We're going to find ways to motivate our kids and twist it into our favor, you know, whatever it takes, whether we've got the bullseye on our back or whether we've got a chip on our shoulder. So we're excited. You know, it's entertaining to read those magazines, but, you know, out here at practice when we're going to earn it.
Yeah. How excited were you last night? Did you even get to sleep before today's
Not much. I didn't sleep much. I've been anxious probably for about the last 3 weeks. I haven't slept very well. Anxious to get back out here and, you know, improve our team.
Let's talk about some of the new rule changes. I mean, let's go with the first one about practice times. UIL has set a standard of 90 minutes per week of contact. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. It really doesn't affect us too much. You know, we don't have 90 minutes of contact a week. I wouldn't say any school does. We're trying to get our kids healthy for Friday night. We do have contact, but not for 90 weeks, not for 90 minutes a week. But so it doesn't really affect us too much. We're still going to have as much contact as we had in the past.
The other thing is a defenseless player. A player can be thrown out for hitting a defenseless player from the first contact if an official thinks necessity.
Well, I don't think there's a coach in Texas that doesn't want, you know, a safer game. And with the concussions and those kind of things going on, we want to protect our kids. So, you know, any rules like that we're always going to be in favor of. And we've just got to coach our defense up on how to play and how to be smart and how to protect. You know, we still want to be aggressive and hit hard, but know, you know, what the rules say and how to abide by them.
You got an early start this morning, 5:30. I mean, the sun wasn't even up, and you guys were out here at the field.
No, sir. We want to beat our opponent to the field. You know, that's kind of what we tell our kids. We want to get out here first and be working before they get up. And it also gets really hot in Southeast Texas, so that's our way to have a really good first practice without having to worry about the sun and the heat and those kind of things.
Coach, you had a very young football team last year, and they're even young this year,
yes,
so
sir.
to speak. But what do you like about this year's group?
Well, I like that a lot of them are coming back. You know, the great thing about sophomores is that they're coming back, and now they're going to be juniors. So we did play a lot of sophomores last year, and we're playing some this year. And but they're, you know, the young kids, they're eager to learn. They've been in our program now since the 7th grade, so there's not a huge learning curve. They've been running the same offense and defense since 7th grade. So I'm anxious to get them out there and, you know, scrimmage and play and see what they're made of.
You had a quarterback come in last year. You had high expectations for Kai Walker. He gets hurt, misses the whole season, but you do have him back this year.
Oh, no doubt. We're excited about Kai and Adam Morris as well. He'll be a sophomore. You know, we have 2 good quarterbacks, and our team's going to rally around them. We're going to find ways to play both of them and make sure they both bring something different to the table, and we're going to utilize both of them to help us win games.
The district as a whole, what do you like about 24A? I mean, it's solid from top to bottom.
Always competitive. Always competitive. It's there's not a team that's not well coached. There's not a team that doesn't have good players. So you've got to be at your best every Friday night to make the playoffs. There's just no doubt about it. And you know, you can't have one Friday night where you're off, or you're going to lose a game.
You're kind of like an old timer now because there's 3 new coaches, fresh faces in District 24A.
How about that?
You got to meet those guys?
I have. Great guys, great coaches. You know, when people hire around here, they know what they're doing, and they hired great coaches, and there'll be no loss of intensity and effort and enthusiasm on Friday nights than there was the last 4 years I've been here. So it's gonna be a hard-fought battle, and we'll see who's standing after week 10.
All right, I know you're dying to get back out there. Thanks for your 5 minutes, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Coach Brandon Faircloth with the PG Indians. Of course, we're going to wrap up here, and then we're going to head out to Nederland for our next segment. We're going to go from one rival school to another, from PG to Nederland, Dan.
Wow. Well, let me ask you real quick, because the reservation, as I see it behind you, is not the reservation that I think many of us found 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I mean, this is almost college-level facilities behind.
All you have to do is look at the facilities. I mean, they did a $9 million renovation just a couple of years ago. The new turf, the press box, if you could show that, Kevin, just incredible. And then the sponsors with the scoreboard over there. And this is, for our area, Southeast Texas. And, you know, most will tell you that Southeast Texas is a little behind the times in the updating of stadiums. I mean, most of the Houston schools now, nearly all of them, play on artificial turf. But, you know, where we're going to go next, Nederland, they still have the grass.
Old school Newman.
Old school Newman. Don't think he doesn't want that new turf, though. He'll be getting it soon.
You'll be talking to him before long. All right, thanks. Appreciate that. 28 past the hour. We're going to take a break, grab a cup of coffee. When we come back this morning, we're going to shift gears. We'll kind of talk a little bit different. We're going to take a look at what's happening in some medical situations across Southeast Texas. A little bit later on, we'll also find out who won the Ugly Mug. Stay with us.